Hello scene peepers. Welcome back to our channel. I hope you enjoy our movie reviews so far. Today I would like to explain a 2011 action thriller film called Hannah. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and enjoy. The story focused on Hannah Heller, a 15-year-old girl who lives in rural northern Finland with her father, Eric. At the beginning of the movie, we can see the capable Hannah hunting alone. Hannah is lack emotion, shooting the deer in the heart when she missed targeting its heart with the first arrow. While slaughtering the poor deer, Eric approaches Hannah, saying she will be dead because she isn't aware of her surroundings. Hannah later jumps into a combat hand fighting with her father. She is strong, being able to carry nearly 100 kilograms of prey by herself. She is also a fast learner. They live in seclusion for a long time, and Hannah doesn't know much about the world outside her cabin. She has never even heard music before, and doesn't even know anything about airplanes or other stuff. She only knows what Eric taught her. At the beginning of the film, we are shown Hannah is trained hard by her father to be a skillful fighter and even a deathly assassin. Hannah is also capable of memorizing all information that is taught by her father, even about her fake identity background. The world should know Hannah as a German girl who lives a normal life in Leipzig. One night, Hannah tells Eric that she is ready to face their foes. Eric unearths a radio beacon that will alert the CIA to their location. He tells Hannah that there is a CIA agent called Marissa Wiegler who always hunts them, and won't stop unless they die. That's why they have been hiding and training until now. Eric later tells Hannah that the CIA will track them again if the beacon is turned on. When the time comes, Hannah should be ready because he isn't going to be there to help her. He leaves the final decision to Hannah, whether she wants to turn on the beacon to face Marissa and see the world. In the end, Hannah decides to turn on the beacon, sending a signal to the CIA, letting Marissa know their exact location. Marissa's team suggests they include Interpol to search for Hannah and Eric, but Marissa refuses. She said that both Eric and Hannah are a part of a secret mission held years ago, and they can't let other intelligence agencies know about it. Before the CIA ambush their cabin, Eric departs. He is leaving Hannah with instructions to meet him in Berlin. Hannah got a chance to knock down 2 soldiers before she was seized by special forces. They then transport her to an underground CIA base, hold her captive, and interview her. They also take Hannah's hair and check her DNA, which appears abnormal. While she is being interviewed, Hannah asks Marissa by her name, saying she wants to talk to her. The suspicious Marissa sends a decoy to question Hannah. Hannah begins to cry while speaking with her. She then holds her tightly, which makes her captors uncomfortable. Guards are dispatched to her cell to sedate her. As they enter the cell, Hannah kills the double along with some of the guards. They try to capture her, but Hannah escapes successfully. Before escaping, Hannah is shown stealing her DNA report with her. She later discovers that she is in the middle of a dry soil desert. Hannah later meets Sophie and Miles for the first time. Sophie offers to take Hannah to the town, but Hannah refuses. After arriving in the nearest town, Hannah finds out that she is currently in Morocco. She told the hotel owner that she needs a place to sleep. Hannah was smitten by an electric lamp, electric pot, and television, which she saw for the first time in her life. On the other hand, after failing to capture Hannah back, Marissa hires Isaacs, a sadistic former agent, to capture Hannah while other agents are searching for Eric. That night, Hannah meets Sophie and Miles again. They have dinner together. The family is nice to her, and is on a camper van holiday. They admire Hannah for being able to be independent and travel alone. The next day, Isaacs and his team successfully track Hannah, although they arrived a little bit late to the hotel. Hannah has stowed away in the family's camper van, on a trip to Spain, in the hopes of getting to Berlin. Only Miles knows that Hannah is traveling with them, but he keeps his mouth shut. Meanwhile, Eric, who also becomes a fugitive, managed to kill 2 police officers before escaping. After arriving in Spain, Hannah encounters Sophie again, and they go on a date together with 2 other boys. She enjoys the ride, as well as watching the dances. However, the date later turned into a disaster. The boy wants to kiss Hannah. Hannah, who sees it as a threat, hits the boy and knocks him up. If not because Sophie comes to ask Hannah to stop, the boy is probably going to be severely injured. At that time, Hannah still doesn't know that Isaacs and his team have also arrived at the camping site. Isaac even goes to Miles's camp to find Hannah, but since she is out for a date with Sophie, they don't find her in that camp. Desperate that they haven't managed to capture Hannah and Eric, Marissa visits Hannah's maternal grandmother. Marissa knows that Eric sent some message to that old lady. She ended up killing her after learning nothing useful from her. At the camping site, Sophie admits that Hannah is weird. However, she says she likes her and is willing to be her friend. Hannah even tells Sophie about the Berlin rendezvous and they exchange a kiss. Meanwhile, in Berlin, Eric repels an assassination attempt in the subway station. He later tries to murder Marissa by ambushing her apartment, but he fails. Isaacs and two skinheads have learned of Hannah's escape from a Moroccan hotelier, and are now following her. Isaacs confronts Hannah and the family after cornering them along the road. Hannah and Isaac's team are involved in the fierce fight near the container field at the harbor. Although Hannah has warned Sophie not to follow her, Sophie is too stubborn. She gets shocked after seeing Hannah fight and kills them brutally. After a fierce fight, Hannah manages to escape by jumping into the water. Marissa later questions the family and learns from Miles that Hannah is planning a trip to Berlin. He also tells Marissa that Hannah wants to meet her father in Wilhelm Grimm's house in Berlin. The family is never seen or heard from again after that brief interrogation. After arriving in Berlin, Hannah goes to Grimm's house, exactly as Eric has been instructing her to do. The place is located in an abandoned amusement park. She meets Knepfler. He is an eccentric magician and friend of Eric's who lives in the Grimm's house. Eric has told him that Hannah will come to the house. He is very friendly and kind to Hannah, making Hannah feel safe waiting for her father there. However, Marissa and Isaacs appear before Eric arrives. Hannah manages to flee by hiding under the bed, where she accidentally hears Marissa saying that Eric isn't her biological father, while the latter is talking to someone on the phone. After both Marissa and Isaac leave the Grimm's house, Hannah gets out and goes to an internet cafe. She browses there and collects some information about DNA, her father, and her mother. Hannah reads some news on the internet about her father's disappearance years ago. She also finds out about her maternal grandmother and decides to go to her place. The apartment is now empty. In her grandma's house, Hannah finally meets Eric. She confronts him about the truth. Eric acknowledges that he is not her biological father, but cares for her as if she were his own. He explains that he once recruited pregnant women for a CIA experiment. The experiment involved enhancing the DNA of their children to create super soldiers. All of the subjects, except for Hannah, were removed from the project and killed once it was shut down. The super soldier is strong and lacks emotion. Hannah is one of the products of the experiment who was born in the laboratory. After hearing the truth from Eric, Hannah is disappointed and angry. She feels Eric has been lying to her all this time. Both father and daughter are involved in hand-to-hand combat. However, when Marissa and Isaac arrive, Eric acts as a distraction to allow Hannah to escape. Eric easily overpowers Isaac and his teammate, but he gets shot by Marissa and dies. Hannah runs back to the abandoned amusement park and enters the Grimm's house once again. She discovers Knepfler, who has been tortured to death by Isaacs, hanging upside down. Marissa later also arrives in the Grimm's house, and they are once again involved in the hunting game. Marissa is the hunter while Hannah is the prey. Hannah is fast and Marissa is unlikely to be able to catch her. However, Marissa has the brain and later gets a chance to corner Hannah in the train tunnel. In the last confrontation, Hannah turns her back on Marissa, who fires a shot at her. Hannah also wounds Marissa by shooting an arrow at her. Hannah is too strong to get wounded by a little shot. She still can get up and look for Marissa, who somehow disappears after getting shot by the arrow. They both climb to the higher place on a railway trail. Once again, Marissa tries to shoot Hannah, but she trips. She fell and was badly injured. Hannah takes Marissa's gun and she shoots Marissa, marking the end of the movie. What do you think about the movie, peepers? Leave your comments below. Subscribe to this channel for more movie recaps. Please like and turn on notifications to support this channel. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.